Hi, I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac. Early in 1966, the Addams Family series ended after just 2 seasons. A lot of people were really bummed, including lots of early teen boys like me who couldn't get enough of Carolyn Jones as Morticia. So it was nice to see her back on another goofy, campy show and looking as yummy as ever. We open on a typical day in Gotham City, where several police officers are guarding the business of U Magnum diamonds.
Look sharp, O'Toole. With the Queen of Diamonds back in town, we've got to be on our toes. Look up, O'Rourke. That diamond dizzy dame has been after the pretzel diamond for years. She's bound to make a go for it. Goldberg, look alive. Chief O'Hara's instructions were to stop the Queen of Diamonds no matter what the cost.
So these cops are O'Hara, O'Leary, O'Rourke, O'Toole, and Goldberg. One of these things is not like the others.
Any trouble in here?
No, Chief. Everything's fine.
The pretzel diamond's still in there, is it?
Yes, sir.
That's all I wanted to know.
The Queen of Diamonds.
Thank you, darling. You're doing very well so far.
All I ask is the chance to be near you, Marsha.
It was instantly clear to O'Leary that the chief had become compromised, so he did the right thing and arrested both of them on the spot. In any other city, that's what would happen. But in Gotham City, the other cops stand by and let O'Hara help the Queen of Diamonds steal the pretzel diamond and make her escape. Down in the Batcave...
Do be careful, sir.
There's no danger with the power off, Alfred.
You think we'll have to replace it, Batman?
I certainly hope not, Robin.
Batman is finally getting around to cleaning up what's left of Molly from the second episode.
Yes, I think it's going to work now.
Lucky for us. Takes 6 months to manufacture another bat diamond that big, even with a giant hydraulic bat press.
Yes, it would be difficult, especially since, for our purposes, it has to be far more pure than a natural diamond.
He has a giant hydraulic press that makes diamonds the size of a small car. We keep learning more and more about this guy. Just then, Gordon calls and tells them about Chief O'Hara. They drop everything and speed off to headquarters. Her chief henchman comes in to report.
Your report, Grand Mogul.
The usual, Your Highness. One of your admirers attempted suicide as proof of his devotion. He threw himself into an automatic dryer and tried to tumble himself to death, but failed.
I'm gonna guess he couldn't figure out how to turn it on and get the door closed quick enough. I've heard of some stupid ways of attempting suicide, but that is definitely up there in the top 3.
How boring. What have you found out about the bat diamond?
We have ascertained that the bat diamond is used as a power source for the bat computer.
It doesn't run on electricity? How is a big diamond the power source for a computer? Why am I even asking?
It is well over 10,000 carats in size.
Where did he get this information? It's not like he could Google it in 1966.
Magnificent. Where is it kept?
In the Batcave, Your Highness. But no one knows where the Batcave is.
I will know where the Batcave is. In fact, I will be inside the Batcave once I've sprung my little trap. Is Cupid loaded?
I will attend to that now, Your Highness.
Who's Cupid?
Be quick about it. We're expecting a guest.
Ready, Your Highness.
Oh, him. So that's how she's doing all this. She has some kind of love potion number 10 because love potion number 9 was already copyrighted. Batman and Robin arrive at Commissioner Gordon's office to find him gone. It seems he's gone to see the Queen of Diamonds himself.
Where is Chief O'Hara? What have you done with him, you diabolical Mata Hari?
No backup, no radio, no gun, nobody knows where he went. Gotham City's top cop.
If you found a hair in O'Hara's head, I'll have you in jail for the rest of your life.
Oh, don't be tiresome, darling. Here, sit down next to me and relax.
Your hanky-panky won't work with me, young lady. I want O'Hara.
You don't find me the least bit attractive?
Your charms are useless, you evil temptress. I'm not going to dance to your little tune.
Really?
My only concern is Chief O'Hara. Where is he?
It looks like a typical TV remote of the time, so maybe Gordon thinks she's just changing the channel. Or maybe he's a dimwit. Definitely a dimwit. So much for Gordon. Now here's my question. Based on how many guys she has in those cages, it should be obvious even to the Gotham police that any guy who goes in her place doesn't come out. So maybe instead of just sending guy after guy after guy in there and none of them coming out, maybe you should try something else. Like sending several guys at a time, all with guns and handcuffs. What's even weirder, I've never deliberately harmed anyone in my life, and I have to explain this to them. Gordon calls his office and talks to Batman. We don't hear what he says, but Batman knows it's an obvious trap, which means Marsha got to him. They decide they have no choice. They have to walk right into it. It's just what they do.
I'm sorry, darling. I have to pay a visit to my dear old Aunt Hilda in the basement.
She's mine! Mine! Never, O'Hara! She's mine! Come back, Marsha!
And in the basement. Love potions. No way!
Double, double, toil and trouble. Bubble, bubble. An ocean potion for making a commotion.
She has her own version of Grandmama. We're paying a little tribute to the Addams family, I think, and I like it. If Thing pops out of one of those boxes, I may have an orgasm.
Really, Aunt Hilda? Don't you think you're carrying this thing a bit too far?
Can't you let an old lady have a little fun?
You go right ahead, darling, and have all the fun you want to. Just as long as your potions keep getting results.
So she's a for-real witch, then?
Remember, I was chemistry professor at Vassar for 20 years, dearie.
I remember. I also remember they fired you.
Yes, I tried one of my potions in the college cafeteria, and it turned the entire student body orange for a week. That was before I'd completed my research.
Worse, she's a crazy chemist.
Is it powerful enough to work on Batman?
Ooh, Batman is a special case. Bats have a very strong resistance to occult powers. But if anything will work, this will. Pass me the salt, dearie.
Complete with Addams Family type music. I am loving this. Marsha has Cupid loaded with the new potion, then settles in for the inevitable visit from Batman.
Watch out, Batman! The powers of darkness reside in this room.
Batman and Robin realize they're hearing voices and head back out to see a psychiatrist.
Holy harem, Batman. What a nest.
There's more here than meets the eye, Robin.
Welcome, darling.
Yeah, like that person over there on the bed in plain view. If we can just figure this out.
Welcome to my little flat. Sit down, make yourselves comfortable.
We're not here to be comfortable, Marsha. This is strictly a business call.
How very rude of you, Batman.
Batman's never rude to a lady, but you're no lady.
She may not be a lady, Robin, but she is a woman, and as such, she deserves some courtesy.
How very gallant of you, Batman.
Batman asks where Gordon and O'Hara are, but she starts changing the subject while she picks up her little remote and pushes the button.
It's a dart.
Poison.
Oh, not poison, darling. Merely a disposition improver.
It's some kind of a drug, Robin. It's spending my will.
Batman.
Marsha.
Batman.
Oh, Marsha.
Batman! Marsha. Batman! Marsha. Batman calls on all his willpower to resist the drug.
Worship me, I said, on your knees.
I prefer to stand, Marsha.
Your drug didn't work.
She calls in a bunch of henchmen and we have a fight scene. While that's going on, Marsha reloads Cupid.
No! He's mine.
You adorable creature.
Her first assignment for him, stop Batman. Robin turns to face him.
Do you hear? Do you hear?
Robin, it's me, Batman.
Batman, Batman, what do I care? You're annoying Marsha. I'll fight you to the death.
All right. I'll stop.
Now that I have you immobilized, I could always knock you out with bat gas, take care of these two, then give you the universal drug antidote we both carry in our utility belts and have used several times before. But instead, I'll just give up.
I merely want the gigantic bat diamond that powers the bat computer.
It's yours. But first, you'll have to give Robin the antidote for that drug.
No, not so fast. I want to appropriate that diamond myself, personally. I want to go into the Batcave and get it.
Of course, I'll have to have you carry it for me because it's as big as I am.
That's impossible.
Remember what's at stake.
I couldn't do that, not even for Robin. I made a sacred vow that no stranger would ever enter the Batcave.
Wait a minute. In the second episode, he took Molly into the Batcave. He once took Commissioner Gordon there. He took Bookworm's girlfriend there. He took Penguin there in the movie. Just offer to Batgasser, take her to the cave, let her have the diamond, make another one, bada boom, bada bing, everybody's happy. He pulled this oath out of his butt.
In that case, we'll have to figure out a way to get me into the Batcave without breaking your vow, won't we?
That can't be done.
Oh, where there's a will, there's a way. Now, let's see. You made a vow that no stranger would enter the Batcave. What if I weren't a stranger?
What do you mean?
What if I were Mrs. Batman?
And you can even leave your cowl on while we, it's kind of a turn on. If he doesn't agree, Robin, Gordon, and O'Hara will be in her power for the rest of their lives. He agrees, and she sets things up to have a wedding later that day. At Wayne Manor, Aunt Harriet isn't taking the news well.
I venture to say, madam, the Batman has been coerced in some fashion. He'd never submit to such a thing of his own free will.
Oh, I quite agree with you, Alfred. I'm sure there's skullduggery afoot.
The question is what to do about it.
You mean we should do something?
Why, yes, of course, madam. After all, we are citizens of Gotham City. And heaven knows Batman has done enough for all of us in the past.
And I have an idea where I might be able to find some equipment to help us.
Oh, more than enough. But what can we do if Batman himself couldn't stop it?
Well, we must try and think of something.
Oh, I wish Bruce were here. I'm sure he could think of something.
I'm not at all sure that he could.
He certainly hasn't so far.
Do you, Marsha, take this Batman to be your lawful wedded husband, to love, honor, and obey as long as you both shall live?
I do.
She just promised to obey him. So if he says stay out of the Batcave, she's hosed.
And do you, Batman, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife, to love, honor, and cherish as long as you shall live?
I
Say, I do.
Mr. and Mrs. Batman, the dynamic duo may become a trio. The Queen of Diamonds aims high. Find out tomorrow whether she misses or Mrs.
I think somebody tore a muscle reaching for that one.
Same bat time, same bat channel. And hang on to your rice.
As imaginative cliffhangers go, this one ranks high. Usually Batman's only about to die. This time he's about to get married to Carolyn Jones. I can think of worse fates. She's really playing up this character as an extension of Morticia Addams, and it's delightful. My big question is, why does she want the Bat Diamond? If they know all that stuff about it, they also know it's not unique. He can make another one anytime he wants to. If she wants one, wait a few months and he'll squeeze one out for her. What does she plan to do with it? Or is it a case of she has to have it because it's the biggest around and she's the Queen of Diamonds? I hope we get the answer to those questions in part 2. Until then, I'm Irving and I'm an Adamaniac.